The goal of curriculum development in the Grandview C4 School District is to create a rigorous, viable curriculum that provides opportunities for all students to learn. This process includes identifying and sequencing essential content, identifying enduring understandings, providing teachers with appropriate instructional materials, and providing professional development and support systems for teachers as they implement adopted curriculum. The curriculum planning and delivery model used by Grandview C4 is based on the work of Larry Ainsworth from his book, Rigorous Curriculum Design. At its heart, rigorous curriculum design is a system that teachers can use to create units of instruction. Its intention is to increase the rigor found in the classrooms across Grandview C4. This is accomplished with a student-centered curriculum. Rigorous curriculum design is an inclusive set of intentionally aligned components. 1. Clear learning outcomes with matching assessments. 2. Engaging learning experiences. 3. Differentiated instructional strategies. And 4. Sequenced units of study. To meet the challenging learning needs of students, we must comprehend all of the standards, prepare for a variety of formative and summative assessments, and demonstrate proficiency on high-stakes state assessments. Educators must have a clear roadmap to follow throughout the school year. RCD provides both the detailed roadmap to the destination and the high-quality delivery system, the curriculum, to get us there. In order to get us moving in this direction, all kindergarten through 12th grade department chairs, instructional coaches, and building principals, approximately 50 of us in all, embarked upon a journey together with our curriculum and instruction team to build an integrated system. This will be a multi-year process in 3 to 5 year cycles that builds upon the already strong work our district has begun doing in unpacking the Missouri Learning Standards since 2016. We began by establishing a common philosophy and vocabulary, ensuring that we all mean the same thing when we use educational jargon, which helps us capitalize on the best practices we are already doing well to ensure a successful future.
Coming in last year, really laying it out that we need to do the supporting standards with the priority standards. It was just maybe eye-opening, and I think that when we did the curriculum mapping, walking around, I'm not sure what we called that, the crosswalk maybe, when we saw from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, how eye-opening that was, not just on the math, but in the ELA sense as well. The goals for sure, and that's what I wanted to get with you at. It's not, we're not just getting by with what we need to teach for kindergarten. We know that we have to prepare them for the next grade level, and that was.
And I believe in my heart we've always known that.
Mm-hmm. We have
but
always
now
known that.
We can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone is helping us see those connections other than just, they have to be ready. Hearing that. Someone's putting forth that effort to make sure we actually visually can see that.
It's great to have the vertical teaming because I don't know what 6th grade needs me to do if I don't talk to 6th grade. And I feel like I don't have to be just an expert on my standards, but I know what they need to know next year and the next year and the next year. And the same for, I can go to 4th grade teachers and say, hey, when you teach this, this is if you get to nothing else, this one thing. So I don't know, I just feel like the whole district is on more of the same page. And I feel like the focus is more on student success and achievement than it ever has been.
Yes.
So since we're all focused on that, it makes sense that the kids would do better.
We call ourselves the RCD group, the Rigorous Curriculum Design Group, and based all of our initial learning and conversations in the work of Larry Ainsworth. Our overarching goals over the next 3 years will be to 1. Determine the priority and supporting standards in all subjects and courses. 2. Create units of study in all subjects and courses. 3. Pace the curricular units in all subjects and courses. 4. Create unit-based pre and post assessments that are embedded within the professional learning community's data team process. And 5, build proficiency scales for all of the identified priority standards.
I just feel like I am actually now preparing my students to be all they can be instead of just enough to get them by.
We are trying to take our students on a very similar journey, no matter what classroom you're going in. That journey is similar across the board. I think for me, that has definitely helped me to hone in on what I need for my students to know and how I need to get them there. That's for me.
The curriculum website is like a game changer, I feel like. Absolutely. Like, anytime a teacher comes to me, and we have a few in our department, 5th grade, new to Grandview, it's so easy. It's right there. It's right there. And then they're like, oh, that's nice because where I came from, blah, blah, blah. So I totally agree with you. It's so great to have it right there. And if you need something and it's not there, Justin, like you said, you send an email to Miss Bradley or Miss McCracken, and they get it right, like the next day, there it is.
This tool brought together and housed every curriculum document into one centralized location.
I'm a teacher that likes looking at the big picture, so I really like that website because I can see what I need to do the whole year, and all of a sudden my mind will just start going, well, what can I start weaving together? What can we start doing with this? So seeing the big picture and then seeing it even still broken down even more, it's really a useful tool.
The curriculum website is organized by elementary, middle, and high school curriculum. And from this, we began gathering all the unit plans, pacing guides, and power standard documents and linking them. It grew from there into what we have now today.
That information is accessible in 5 seconds.
Right.
I mean, we need time to go through it and find all those things. You can so many things. It's like, I really do need time to like, oh, this is where all these things are. Because every day I go in there, I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was there. But
more, because you keep adding more.
yeah, you keep adding more, which is so great. But I think having that easy access to just go, okay, we're on Unit 5 writing. Oh, okay, here's the drop everything and write little thing. Okay, I know exactly where this is. There's no, oh, well, I couldn't find it. I'm gonna just use my own thing. No, it's like right there. Everything's made easy. Here's your Fontes and Pinnell things. Here's your resources that you can use and adjust, but here's your goal. Here's your Eureka Math. Here's everything you can have. You need to be here. You're accountable. All across the board, it's there for you. Everyone's consistent.
Grandview, C4, curriculum.net. Just the organization of having everything we need in a one-stop shop has been amazing. And I even find myself, sometimes having the thought, oh, where do I find that? And then I always know it's going to be there. And if it's not, it will be. And so that's just, then there's no excuse then. We all have access to the same information. It isn't like, oh, I forgot to share that with this group or that group. We all have equal access. We know where it is. We can, that's been a great
That is
asset.
so.
Let's take you on a short tour right now. The Grandview curriculum website is easiest located by typing in grandviewc4curriculum.net into your address bar. Once you are there, you can click the star at the end of the address bar to bookmark the website for easier location in the future. It seems like when you get here, there's a lot of places to go. But for your convenience, we've really broken it down into 3 main areas: curriculum, instructional supports, and assessments. All of the locations for curriculum say curriculum at the end. The instructional supports are teacher leadership, which is instructional coaches and department chairs, which houses the department meetings and minutes from all department meetings. The SST, BIST, and RIP supports for differentiated student supports for academic, behavior, and attendance needs. Professional development, which also falls under instructional supports. Assessment is its own tab. The curriculum houses all of the main overviews and units of study for all core contents, with quick links to department chair information. We are still building the curriculum, so don't be surprised if you see buttons that don't go anywhere or not much at all. We are building this airplane and it is in full flight. We are most proud of the work we are doing as district teaming groups in providing supports for all of our teachers, whether it be academic, behavior, or attendance. Our professional development tab offers our PD calendar, our professional development magazine, all the work we're doing as a district, templates that teachers may need for lesson planning, and past professional development. We are very proud of our PD magazine because it also includes links to all of the agendas for district-wide PD and dates for every department, every content, and every opportunity provided to teachers throughout the 2019-2020 school year. The assessment tab provides everything that you might need to know about classroom, grade level, and district-wide assessments, including state high-stakes assessments. Our protocols are located on the assessment tab. Our proficiency scale work and our assessment calendars are all here. Information about our district assessment tools, quick links to helpful places for teachers to go, including MAP and EOC resources. If there's anything you would like to see added or reconstructed within our curriculum website, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and let us know what would help you. Any one of us in the curriculum and instruction team would be happy to help meet your needs.
Yeah, like you
It
said,
is a
there's-
game changer.
There's no excuses for it. I
Yeah.
mean,
One-stop shopping.
One-stop
Stop
shopping, I
shopping.
like that, yeah. One-stop shopping.
Everything you need is right there.
Yeah.
Instructional effectiveness is important for us to understand because it is all about pedagogy, or how we teach, which is typically what we think of when we talk about teaching. Teacher clarity and the most appropriate use of instructional strategies to teach the curriculum is the ultimate goal of instructional effectiveness.
Now we're being consistent. Therefore, when our kids are mobile with each other, there's still some consistency there.
There are 5 essential elements of pedagogy. Students are more interested and invested in their learning when they feel safe in their learning environment, understand what they are learning and why it matters, have opportunities to practice new learning, receive clear feedback on their learning, and engage in complex, meaningful thinking. Frequent teacher collaboration, including data teaming with instructional coaches and building principals, ensures that students' instructional needs are met.
Even when we go to our PLC meetings, the coaches will check in and they'll say, where are you in Eureka Math? Okay, you are right on pace, great, keep going. And even if you aren't on pace, okay, let's get your module, get your manual out, let's see which lessons can we catch up on, which ones can we consolidate. So coaches are holding us accountable, they're helping us be accountable, and that's keeping every single teacher on pace. Even for reading too, like the fluency with the baskets, and then Justin helped me make a calendar, or at least gave me the time and some insight. Okay, these students need to have a running record once a week. These students need to do every other week. And so being able to keep up with that calendar and even do reading fluency at a very consistent basis has been helpful, I know, for me. But I even think as a district, having the BAS requirements where every single teacher is listening to every single kid in their classroom read, and that's so important. Not only does it build relationships, but you're learning a lot of information from that. I love that requirement, and I also think that having the Fontes and Pinnell and the Reader's Workshop model being being a resource given to teachers is giving everybody a resource, just like the Eureka Math. No teachers left in the dark, no teachers saying, well, I think this is best, and when there's really no data to support that or not. Maybe it does, but at least with Fontes and Pinnell, every single teacher in this district has somewhere to start and somewhere to end and somewhere to be in between.
Whole group instruction using instructional strategies guarantees all students have access to the learning from a highly trained professional educator. The students should receive quality feedback from their teachers and monitor their own learning.
I think that's one of the big things, is that everyone has access to the same exact information, and this information is quality information and quality lessons.
It puts the manipulatives in their hands, whereas my math, I had to kind of figure out how, I had to build that in, but this builds it in, so it just rolls really nicely.
Grandview C4 teachers achieve higher levels of instructional effectiveness when relationships with students are strong. Clarity on what to teach and why is achieved. Clear feedback is provided to students, and complex and engaging lessons are provided. Our goal has always been, and always will be, to master those 5 components of instructional effectiveness. This goal can be achieved through high-quality, job-embedded professional development.
And so having that support from our leaders is so important. Our support staff, like we just have so much support here, and coming for a district where we had none of that, I was doing everything. It's like overwhelming how much support I have. And I think that's why I can speak for myself and for my grade level. We're doing so well is because we have all this support and everything's consistent. It's so nice.
And to build on the PD point too, I can only speak for our building, but I'm certain that it's not the only building this is happening. When we receive PD, whether it is part of the balanced literacy or math with diagramming or whatnot, then principals and coaches are having discussions about how we're rolling this out, how we're supporting our teachers, how we're making sure that gets disseminated out into the teams, and then that is coming through in our team meetings. And so I feel like we're really keeping an open line of communication, because we've all been in PD where we loved it, we found the benefit, but by the time we drove home, it was kind of like, how is this going to work now? Because now I'm going to go back, and it's so easy to fall back into the old way of doing things. So I think we've been given, number one, the support and the training, but then opportunities in our building to really build and grapple with how this is going to become reality for us.
Children are our why. Professional development is the only strategy school systems have to strengthen educators' performance levels. It is also the only way educators can learn so that they are able to better their performance and raise student achievement. It must be focused on the skills educators need in order to address all students' needs. Professional development is the foundation for all change within curriculum and instructional effectiveness.
I don't know, I think the kids just feel more, I think the kids feel more supported because the teachers feel more supported, if that makes sense. And we're kind of all getting there together.
We have taken this to heart as we work to prepare meaningful PD for the district staff. Professional development has always been a priority of the Grandview C4 School District. We have renewed the intentionality and focus of our PD. We are ensuring that all teachers receive PD and district goals for math, literacy, and behavior supports, as well as providing individualized support for first and second year educators. It is consistent, provides clarity, and aligns with our curriculum and instructional goals while supporting the educator and students.
Our word is clarity, and I think that work in the PD has been to establish clarity across K-5, and we have the common vocabulary and the common language, and that is kind of the undergirding of all that we're doing in the professional development across the district this year.
To be effective, professional development requires thoughtful planning followed by careful implementation with feedback to ensure it responds to educators' learning needs. The planning journey begins many months before the start of the current school year. We organize and prioritize, determine where we are and where we still need to go, seek out experts in different curriculum fields, and then communicate, plan, and modify when needed as we journey to make it the most impactful on our educators and students.
It feels more meaningful. Like I never leave a PD feeling like, well, that's all great and good, but now what? So I feel like I can go and really I'm more reflective after PD this year, and I feel like that just happens naturally. Whereas a few years ago, I don't know that I could have said that. I mean, I just get excited about teaching more, I guess.
Good point. Good point. I feel that way too.
Yeah.
The planning process includes making sure we follow the 6 principles of professional development. This helps us to stay consistent and to provide clarity. Ongoing job-embedded professional learning and coaching transfer knowledge and skills from training to classrooms. Grandview C4 teachers are receiving consistent, job-embedded, ongoing professional development that links directly to the specific curricula and materials taught.
We're being supported and it's ongoing. And so as a coach, even I can speak to our building when we go into team meetings and talk about how's math going, or how are the BAS assessments, and what have we learned from that data? How can we talk about that? We're really having in-depth conversations because we've all been trained how to use these programs. So I think that's a huge difference for us this year.
The intentionality and focus of our professional development supports the change within curriculum and instructional effectiveness. It supports the growth of our children.
And the accountability and all the planning and everything that is expected of us every day is all centered around what's best for kids.
Yeah.
And that's why we're all here.
Yeah, absolutely.